friends! So a lot has happened since we got COVID. It's been really hectic. We did some more hiking in Virginia while we were still recovering. It was difficult, but I think I'm at a point where I'm pretty much at 100%. Sherpa's like totally fine. He didn't have nearly as bad of symptoms as me, and he's completely over it. I have a lingering cough, but otherwise I've tested my lungs increasingly with increasing distances and difficulties of hiking, and it seems like I'm at 100%. So I am going to catch you up on what we have been up to, and in a future video I'll talk about what our plans are next for getting back on the trail. COVID took us off the trail for a little while, but we're back. This is one of my favorite views, just laying on the ground, looking up at the trees, waving in the wind. We did take our transition back to the trail pretty slow. I had some lung pain the third day of COVID. It definitely scared me a bit, and we were worried about pushing too hard to start. Our first post-COVID hike was very gentle. We didn't go more than a half mile from our car, but we parked in a parking area that had several things to see that were very close to the road. One of them was the Keffer oak, which is the largest oak tree on the southern half of the Appalachian Trail, and also an old, dilapidated shelter. It looked kind of like some people might still use it, but it seems like it also might collapse on someone's head. As a bonus, we got up close and personal with a bunch of cows, and if you haven't noticed by now, I am very happy whenever I see any sort of animals. And all in all, that first day out hiking went pretty well. We've been doing a lot of driving through the Virginia countryside, which has been very pretty, just to get to different trailheads. And I still need a little more recovery time, but I feel like I'm getting there, probably at like 75% right now. So this was our MO for a little bit, just driving to trailheads and doing day hikes between Pearisburg and Roanoke and ending at Dragon's Tooth. So we wanted to keep progressing on the trail, but again, we were just worried about pushing ourselves too hard or putting ourselves in a situation where we just had to be outdoors too long or in bad weather or whatever. And while I'm at it, I will also make a confession. There was one section that was 17 miles between parking areas, and that was not something that we were willing to bite off in one day. We just really didn't want to not recover properly from COVID and be off the trail for the rest of the summer. So we did skip a 17-mile section because I know if you're thinking about this, you're thinking this doesn't really add up, doing a half-mile hike one day, doing short day hikes. How did they get all the way from Pearisburg to Dragon's Tooth? Yeah, cheated a little there, but I don't mind. It wasn't a super enthralling section. I'm more committed to being honest on this YouTube channel because I feel like on the Appalachian Trail in general, there can be a lot of people talking about, there's a lot of talk about all the good things that people have done, but it's very hush-hush when people skip a section, even if it's only 17 miles out of 2,000. There's shame in it to some people. So I feel like it's good to be upfront, because if you are ever thinking about hiking the Appalachian Trail and you need to skip 17 miles or 30 miles or whatever to take care of your body, then that's what you need to do. And I support you in that, even though some others might say you're not a true thru hiker.